Okay, I'm going to start a new campaign for Amazon Total War for Barbarian 1.6, and I don't know how many campaigns have actually been done on this game, but I don't think it's very many, because I've never actually seen one, ever, so... Anyway, right now I'm just looking for a new faction, but, I'll just tell you now that I'm going to end up using Thrace, because I really enjoy their troops, and the fact that they all have awesome javelins, and I enjoy ranged stuff, so, yeah. I'm going to leave the campaign difficulty on medium, just because I'm not very good at this whole thing. I will put the battle difficulty too hard. Lots of difficulty with the difficulty. Anyway, on this game, there's 4 Amazon factions, and a couple factions from Barbarian Total War, as well as Rome Total War. Now, this is actually probably my favorite mod, besides maybe... No, this is probably my favorite, because they have a lot of really cool troops. And sorry that it's going to be a little laggy, and it's going to take a really long time to load, but, yeah, although the Amazon factions are a little bit overpowered, and they're extremely hard to defeat, because they seem to have an infinite amount of money. There's like 4 new Romes in this game. Speaking of which, Rome is now just Rome, not all of the other. So here I am, starting out, and at the beginning of this game, whenever it starts, the Amazon factions, except for the Gorgons, automatically go to war with the Greek city-states. Man, the Gorgons are automatically a horde. Now, if you're playing as Carthage, because they're located down, in the northern tip of Africa, as you buy Carthage, and down there, they start out as a horde. It's very hard to stop them in the beginning of Carthage, since they have huge, full stack armies of, horse archers. So, yeah, they're very strong. So anyway, whenever I start a campaign, I always build roads first, because they help with transportation between your cities. So you can see my cities are actually quite far apart, and it helps with trade, making money, and right now Titus is losing money, money and people, but I really meant the people. So I lowered the tax rate, but I'm not sure that was the smartest idea, seeing as I'm going to lose a lot of money now. And this is an army, I think it's a pretty good one, and I know there's a city down there, so I'm just going to go for it. Oh, and in this campaign, I will probably end up using the Thracian Peltis as my main unit, because they actually do not have that terrible of melee stats, as you'll see in a second. At least I don't think they are. Don't actually know what the other Peltas are, but I'm pretty sure it's lower than that. And their missile attack is quite good, and they have a lot of good abilities they can do, because, effective against armor is a very helpful thing when you're fighting heavily armored troops. Now, I have a unit of Barstarne in this city, and I'm going to be mispronouncing stuff a lot. And there's a unit of Biremes that I was going to move around, but I decided there's absolutely no point for that. And the Barstarne, they're very heavily armored. They're like barbarian units, but they're more heavily armored, and they're quite strong. And actually, after this, I saw that Independent Celt city up there, and it's a tiny city, it doesn't have any wall around it, it's very easy to conquer. Which brings us to my next topic. The Independent Celts, they're very, independent. And, yeah, this game has added a lot more cities, but the Independent Celts have territory up where Britain is, and they're down through the rest of the normal barbarian space. Now in this game there's also land bridges between, as I believe there is in Barbarian Invasion. So there's a land bridge between Byzantium, whatever you want to call it, and Nicomedia, and between the very northwestern tip of Africa and the Iberian Peninsula. I think there's actually a couple others too, but I don't remember them. So, yeah, right now I chose the Shrine to Bendis, or Beendis, or Frictus, or whatever you want to call it, because it gives me more missile weapons, and if I'm using Thracian Peltis, more missile weapons are very helpful. I always look at all the temples before I do this, and the Zabazio, or whatever thingamajig, that gives you extra tax at its fullest level. I might end up doing that in a couple cities, but for now I'm going to do the Shrine of Bendis and the Shrine of Cotes, yeah, that one. Anyway, because that, at the end, will give me lots of extra troop, like, morale and experience and attack bonuses, and I enjoy those. And see, I'm already almost out of money, so I decided to take off that and kill it, depending on what you want to say. I say kill. I'm gonna kill that, and then go to port, because it gives you way more money. So I besieged the city, and then I decided to build my ram, and then merge my other army that I had coming down, which I probably forgot to mention, into my new army, making it plenty large to capture the city with 3 freaking units in it. At any rate, so I just looking at my reports and see I lost a lot of money, but it's gonna be worse soon, and then better. But anyway. Oh, and the Amazonians are in Asia Minor. The Gorgons are, like I said before, by Carthage. The Valkyria are by Scythia, and the what else is there? Oh yeah, the Banshee, they're up by Britain on the western island, and that place I do not believe has a language. I believe it's completely secluded from the rest of Britain. And I decided to increase my tax rate so that I stop losing so much money, and assault the city so that I can have some more money. Now you'll see that I have some pretty interesting tactics, you might call them. And I decided to make a night battle because whenever you use a night battle on a character that can use a night battle, it's usually better to because it gives them a command star. The only reason why it's not is if your reinforcements, if you have any, cannot fight in our night battles, and then they're excluded from the battle. But this can also be to your advantage, as enemy reinforcements will also be excluded from the battle. But if you need your reinforcements, you should probably keep them over the extra command star. At least that's what I think. So I have 2 Thracian infantry, a militia hoplite, which has the ram, and this is the city I'll be besieging. I also have 4 units of Thracian peltasts, a militia cavalry, and my general's bodyguard. So right now I'm just positioning up my troops, and I really enjoy the Thracian infantry because, one, I think they look pretty cool, and I'll give you a couple close-ups soon. And I tend to use close-ups as I play, even though it's probably not the best idea, but, you know, it's the AI and it's only on hard. I'll be fine. Yeah, oh, in this game, in this mod, the range units, when you do shift 2 or the sorted single line, it makes it into a line like this, so you can have one listening on either flank and the rest in the back, which I actually think is pretty cool, but it's quite hard to set up, as you can see me kind of failing right now. And when you get it set up, it's very effective, especially if you have some pretty strong missile units on the flanks. So, I decided I like my javelin units, and I'm just, you know, moving all my units closer because that's better like that. So, yeah, I started the battle, and I immediately order my ram because they're extremely slow and they're very slack, or whatever you want to call them. I put them on fire at will because I don't really want to take the time to position them myself. And now I'm going to show you the stats. Seeing as the Thracian infantry has some pretty good stats on their stuff. And I thought they had armor-piercing weapons, but they don't. But, you know. No, I do not like it when lines are not perfectly straight, so I obviously remedy that. Now it's straight enough. And I have a tendency to run my men, even though Tyrus is not extremely fast, because that's just because I really doing that a lot more. Because whenever I triple speed it, it starts lagging and is extra laggy in this mode. So I tend not to, because it's usually not a good idea. And see how the rams move pretty slow. Okay, so the cavalry, they're supposed to like standard militia cavalry. They don't have anything special on them. And they're just kind of militia cavalry. But now, Thracian bodyguard, general's bodyguard, I think they look pretty cool. And I think they actually look quite awesome. Especially with their new shields, or the crescent ones. I think those look better. Oh, and that reminds me of something else, but I'll talk about it in a second. Now, as you can see, my Thracian infantry have thrown some of their javelins and killed, I believe, 68 of the enemy peltasts. I don't know, but as I said, the javelins that Thracians have are the most effective javelins, I believe, in the game. because they have like 7 or 8 power, the rest of them have like 5 or 6 power. So, yeah, that's 68. Or no, it's not. Whatever, I'm bad at math. It's not the point. It's like 48 or something. Anyway, so the Peltasts have lined up in the stupidest formation ever. But I guess it's only to be expected. Now, this is the other thing. In this game, the Hoplites, they fight overhand with their spears and not underhand in the phalanx formation like they do in the previous versions. They actually use a shield wall instead of the normal phalanx formation, and I actually prefer that because you can run them in the shield wall, and as you probably know, I enjoy running my troops. It makes me happy. Now, my javelins have been extremely effective in taking out many of their men, and although I suppose it's not really that much good because it's just a Peltas unit and they decided to run back their hoplites as soon as I got close. But, you know, what can we do? And since the gate's almost destroyed, I'm ready to send my men through as soon as it gives me the message, and since nothing can really oppose me at this front, that's very good. And now I put them into a single line formation so I can make them all perfect, because it's more funner like that.
Soldiers have captured the walls.
And
now is the time to press on and capture this place.
I also have the militia hoplites, which also fight in the shield wall. I believe almost all of the phalanx units in this game fight like that, except for the actual phalanx units, the phalanx pikemen, the royal pikes, and I believe the solar shield pikemen. But not a whole lot else. I'm just showing you the Thracian Peltas thing again because I guess I wanted to, or felt like it. But anyway, so my general in this battle is actually the faction heir, and he's going to become the faction leader soon, seeing as my faction leader is like 62 or 61. And now in this game, I don't think that should be able to happen because usually people didn't live to 61 or 62. They didn't get that old. But that's perfectly fine with me. It makes my generals last longer. It makes me happy. So, anyway, this mod is also great because it adds some new skins to the units, or whatever they're called, and most of them that they've added I enjoy, so, but, yeah, I realized I just cut off the battle in between, like, in the middle, but, next episode,